feeding. I don't know why it's not popping out. There's always something. One click. Didn't work. How does the saying go? Make hay while the sun is shining. Well, the sun is shining today here in North Florida. We've got 0 chance of rain today, 0 chance of rain tomorrow. I cut the hay yesterday, and then I came out just before dark and tedded it with this rake here, the belt rake. And now I was checking it earlier today, and it's pretty dry. So we're gonna go ahead and windrow it. And if I notice that it needs a little bit more tedding, I can always do that. But I'm gonna make a nice tight windrow. We don't have a huge volume of hay, so nice tight windrow because that's what our TX31 baler likes. So this is proof that you don't need big equipment to bale hay, cut hay. Just basically have your own independent haying operation, because we're going to be using a 25 horsepower tractor, about a 5-foot wide belt rake, and we could, you know, do acres and acres with it. I don't have that much hay to do, and I'm actually a little bit disappointed because I thought, or at least I said in my video where I cut the hay, that I was looking at about 50 bales, but after I tedded it last night, I don't know. I don't think we're going to hit 50. We might not even hit 30, but it's the first cutting, so it'll be the best cutting for the animals. I'm a big fan of this belt rake from Tractor Tools Direct. I see a lot of people using those rotary rakes, and they're just, I mean, they work. Not only the big wheel rakes, but also the rotary rakes that are driven by PTO. They work fine, but this thing, you can push the hay wherever you want it. Left, right, you can move the whole row of hay. You can take the whole field and make one windrow of hay. So I'm a firm believer in the belt rake. Maybe it's going to be more than I thought it was. The rows, when you fluff it up, when you ted it, you spread it out. When you windrow it, you fluff it up. And I was thinking I'd get maybe 1 bale per each of these rows, but I think I might get up to 2 bales per row, so that'll be good. I don't think we'll hit 50 though. You guys put your guess after I've raked it all and you see all the windrows. Put your guess on how many bales you think I'll get. It's looking more and more like a respectable little harvest here. As I turn this grass over, I'm noticing there's a little bit of green on the bottom side, but not much. So I think by the time I go eat lunch and come back out here this afternoon, maybe turn it over one more time. I'm not sure. I just want to make sure anything that was on the ground has been flipped, and there might be a few patches that didn't. But what I want to show you is how awesome this belt rake is. So I'm going to put the camera down here at the end of the row, and I'm going to drive towards it, and I'm going to take this whole row and shift it to the left or to the right on the camera and give myself more space to bale. When I was raking this up, I moved everything closer together. So you see these windrows are close and these are wide. Now what I want to do is I want to push that whole row over 5 feet. And you can do that with the wheel rake, but this is so much easier, so precise, and it leaves very little residue on the ground. Like this is on the ground here because when I was tedding it yesterday, I didn't really ted it over far enough. So that's on me, not the rake. I might reclaim some of this though. Once I move that row closer to that, then I can take that and bring it into the row. So I just drive over it, it pushes it over there. right, here's what we've got. We've got a little bit there. I'd say maybe that's one bale back there. So each one of these rows, I'm guessing will be a bale or more. So look at all the rows and make your guess down in the comments now. Now that's a long row. That could possibly be 4 bales over there. And then up by the house, that's a little thicker. I think raking is my favorite part. Tedding is pretty fun because you don't have to think too much and you just go around and kind of set up the field for raking. But in raking, and when you make those windrows and you make the piles, it just makes the field more impressive. It makes it look more farm-like instead of just cutting grass. So now that I've raked it and I've got the same amount of information that you guys have, I want to stick with 20 so I won't be wrong, but I think I'm going to up it to about 25 bales. I think I'm going to get a little bit more than I initially thought. And that's probably all we need. And this is the first cutting, so we can do more if we need it. But the first cutting is that first grass after the spring. So it's had all year to be hibernating, all winter to hibernate, and then come out of hibernation or dormancy and grow and use the natural nutrients because we didn't fertilize it. And it's not stressed out because the spring weather is better than the summer weather. So should be some good hay for the cows, lots of fiber, way less proteins because we let it get older and stringier. We let it get more to the seed head instead of the lush green stuff. Like if we wanted higher protein hay, that 1 acre pasture that the cows and the donkey are in right now, that's what we would hay, because there's lots of sugar and protein there, but we let this get past that stage. I got the baler hooked up to the Kubota because it has more ground clearance, and sometimes when you go over those tall piles of hay, it'll get bound up under a shorter tractor and won't feed into the baler as easy. So there's just a couple things you have to do once it's hooked up. One, you got to let the pickup head down, and then this one is electronically controlled. So I've got to turn that on, and I think that's an add-on. These balers, this is a IBEX TX31, but these balers are made by a lot of different manufacturers, and they're all basically the same. Most of them have they'll come standard with a manual. I'm just checking the battery. I checked it earlier. Yeah, it's got 2 or 3 bars. That'll be plenty. I'm gonna have to charge that up when I'm done today. But they'll have a manual string that you pull when you want to pop the bale, but the easy way, of course, is this electronic box here that controls a servo, and then you have a remote on the tractor. So an alarm will go off. Basically, the bale will get built. This will come up to the yellow reddish. An alarm will go off. You'll stop and kick out the bale. And that reminds me, my alarm wasn't working last year, and Tractor Tools Direct sent me a new alarm. So I probably should put that on. Forgot I had this, and then I was remembering that the alarm wasn't going off last year. And when I told Tractor Tools Direct, they said, yep, you need you a new alarm. It happens. All set, let's bale. Another reason I wanted to use the Kubota is because it's got the cool top. It just feels so nice. I don't have a cab, I don't have AC, but I got a cool top. But the biggest thing about this TX31 baler is you got to make sure the drop arm or the baling arm is set correctly. If you get that right, then you're probably not going to have any issues. And if it ever gets misaligned when you're baling, you got to reset that. That's really the only problem I've had with this baler. And you shouldn't have a problem, like if you're baling and everything kicks out and twine and everything does properly, then you never should have to reset that arm your whole day of baling. I guess we're ready. I got the PTO on. Get it up to speed. Start baling. I'm watching that arm right there. That's what I'm watching. The string's not feeding. Now the alarm didn't go off. I turned off the PTO. The string's not feeding because it's not catching in the bale because I'm using nylon twine. It feeds a lot better with hemp twine. I'm probably going to switch back over to that because that was my big problem last year, was using the nylon twine. There it goes. Okay, now I can pop it out. I don't know why it's not popping out. There's always something. So it's always a learning curve on the first bale. That's a nice tight bale, and everything fed well. The problem is this nylon string. I don't recommend the nylon with the TX31. The problem is locally we don't have anything but nylon. So that's something to keep in mind. Also on the remote, why I couldn't kick it out on the end there was because you only hit the button once on the remote and I was holding the button down. It's just things you got to remember year to year. Everything should go smooth now. I've got it in parked PTO mode. That's why the PTO is still moving. One click. Didn't work. I don't know what's going on. Probably can't read it from over there. And then another click close. All right, where are you guys at with your count? I'm probably about halfway done or so. The thickest grass is the grass in front of the tractor. I've done the field in front of the house. I'll let you look for a second. Look at the bales. I've done the little field by the pond, and I've done the 2 rows going along the fence line. If you're considering this baler, it's a great baler. There's lots of variations out there. This baler was sponsored by Tractor Tools Direct. They have sponsored the channel for all the baling for the past 3 years, and it's great equipment. But using nylon line, don't use nylon line. Bottom line, get some hemp or whatever the natural fiber is, because the nylon line goes between the roller and the hay, and it's slick and it won't catch. And probably, I would say 40% of the bales I've had to get off the tractor and pull out some line so it can get a good running start so it can wrap the line. But other than that, everything is working great. The new alarm isn't working. I'll get with Tractor Tools Direct and see what I need to do there, but the baler is working fine. You need the alarm to tell you when to stop. Otherwise, if you keep baling while it's trying to wrap the bale, you're going to get like a wrap of rope and then a wrap of hay and then a wrap of rope and a wrap of hay. But you can usually hear that arm fall down when it's getting ready to bale a bale. But it's kicking them out good. Everything's going good. Got great weather. Like I said, I think I'm halfway done. Let's finish this up here and see how many bales we end up with. I think we're going to be real close to my estimate. didn't get quite enough for the last bale, and I don't like to leave a partial bale in the baler, so I'm going to kick it out without it being wrapped with the string or the twine, or that frustrating orange poly stuff. It's got me a little frustrated. Let's just leave it at that because the baling is over, and most of it was fun. Pop it out. I mean, that's darn close to a full bale. So this is last year's hay. Cows have really been enjoying it, but I want to separate it, put a board or something in between it. But as you get older, these little round bales are so much easier than square bales, and we don't need those big 6-foot bales, not at all. Just put this board as a divider between the old and the new. All right, time to pick up the bales. So I put a long pallet on the forks of the tractor here, and what I'll do is just fill that up and then ferry it to the barn and stack them up. I would use a trailer if I had more bales, but it's not going to be that hard. Well, it was a frustrating baling day. This is some good quality hay, and it's going to be really great for our cows. It's just got the perfect amount of stems to it, not a lot of leaves and sugar, so that part's good. In the different ways it's been baled in the 8 years that we've owned this property, I think this is the first time that it wasn't storms coming and lightning in the air. And I think every time we picked up hay, it either rained while we were doing it, or it started raining like with the last few bales. I'm going to unload what's here, get the last 11 bales that are left out there, and then we'll show you a closing shot with all the bales here and flash up the number on the screen, and you can see if you were closer, if you got it. I'll give you a little hint. I was pretty darn close. But that'll wrap it up. So until next time, y'all take care out there. And remember, life's short, tractor hard. Take care, guys. Catch you on the next one.